Okay, so I am here with Mary, who is a fantastic client of mine. A brief overview of Mary: she came to me with chronic knee pain, so you're actually bone on bone, and we were working in concert with your doctor
Yep.
to really make sure we understood the problem, what was going on. You had hip discomfort, especially standing long periods of time. I remember it would get cranky.
Yep.
But it did improve with movement. So right now, like, you're doing more activities for your hip, and it's improving. You had pain with walking. So in the knee joint itself, you had a lot of pain with walking. I remember your goal was, where'd you go? Montana, like being able to walk a mile with your girlfriends.
Yes.
Without the pain. And I remember going back and forth, like you were going on boardwalks and stuff at the beach somewhere as well. And we updated on that. You also had difficulty getting up and down off the ground. Like, it wasn't a comfortable place for you to be.
Well, I wasn't on the ground for years.
Yeah. And
I met you.
I was really, I remember like being really hesitant, like, is she going to be comfortable enough to do this? But I really appreciated your courage and your strength to be like, well, let me just try this, right? Especially because we were doing it virtually. So I wasn't there to like help lift you up. Like, we just had, you had to trust your body there. So Mary, you actually did have to go through with a total knee replacement, which was a recommendation of myself as well, and based on what your doctor was saying. And I often talk about how surgeries are kind of something we get pushed into very quickly, but you and I really worked together of seeing, like, is this the best option for you, right? Like, we did a lot of work on that, and we concluded, like, yes, like, this is necessary. You had a great success with the surgery, and you're still working on your balance. So just a little, not completely against surgery, right? Like, it was really beneficial for you, but we did a lot of prehab.
Yes.
Like, you were really strong, and I remember you were keeping me updated in your recovery. And it made your physical therapy a lot easier and
yes, absolutely, 100%.
Cool.
The physical therapist couldn't believe.
I know you were like, when she'd give you like a bridge or whatever.
Bored. I would go in and go, okay, I'm done.
Yeah.
I did it all. Yeah, I was bored.
Yeah. Cool. So what was your personal experience? We talked about the fear of getting into the coaching. So what was your personal experience getting into this posture and strength coaching?
So I was at a place in my life where it hurt to move. It hurt to move in my house. It hurt to just walk because I had this pain in my knee, and it was unbearable. So I was getting knee injections from the doctor, and I did not want to get surgery, but I knew that I wanted to get strong. So I was at a point in my life, and Jess just kept popping up on my feed, and I was just like, okay, I'm going to do this. I'm going to do this. I'm going to do this. So, because I knew innately that I could do it, but I wasn't connected with my body at that time. And I didn't know it until I met Jess.
So good.
So I remember the first, when she evaluated me, I was a nervous wreck. I was like, what is she going to have me do? Because you were the kindest. Oh my God. You were so kind. I remember standing there, and you made me stand right. I don't remember. And then you were like, well, can you get on the floor? And I looked at you, and I was like, I haven't been on the floor in years. I was petrified to get on the floor. And you were like, well, you don't have to do it. And then in my head and in my heart, I was like, no, I'm going to do this. I'm going to get on the floor. And you were like, oh my God, you don't have to get on the floor. Mm-hmm. And I said, no, I'm going to do it. There's somebody here to help me get back up if I can't do it. And I did it. And you were like, wow, you're really, 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 really have a lot of courage, Mary. And I was like, it's just something that I really wanted to do for myself, but I didn't know how much I wanted to do it until we started doing sessions. Mm-hmm. Because you were the one person that taught me how to be in my body.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, body awareness.
And I didn't know that I did. I mean, I knew that I didn't have body awareness because I never really felt connected until you taught me how to move muscles without even moving. So.
Oh yeah, we did a lot of, they're called isometric. So like really concentrating of like, can you put the energy here? Can you put the energy there? And I really love, like, when we first jumped on here, is you were saying that you communicate with your body, you talk to your body,
Yes,
you'll send
yes.
love and healing intentions, and
Hmm.
you are strong, you are capable.
I am. I do that every morning because um, your body is a part of you, and believe it or not, some people are like, "What do you mean?" And I'm like, if you talk to it, it listens. If you ask it a question, you'll hear an answer.
Yeah.
And it took me a long time to get there, but I knew it innately. But when I started doing coaching with you, and I remember the first session we had, you had me lie on the floor, and you're like, okay, I'm going to teach you how to do the core breathing to
Hmm.
get core strength. And I was like, I hardly did anything that first session for 45 minutes. I hardly did anything. I felt like I didn't do anything, but the next day I was so sore. My stomach, I was like, oh, this is what it feels like to have muscles in your stomach. I
Yeah.
was like, this is really interesting. So the more that I coached with you, I've realized, oh, I can talk to my muscles. I can do this. So even though you may not be able to physically move, you can still move.
Yeah.
So it was kind of interesting because a lot of when you taught me, Jess taught me how to walk, right? I
Oh
wasn't
yeah, that was fun.
You kept saying, Mary, you're not walking right. I'm like, okay, I gotta walk right. So I wasn't even walking correctly, and she taught me like little things like what to do, how to stand strong.
Hmm.
I forget the name of it. What's it called? When you taught me how to stand strong. Because I
Yeah.
couldn't stand for 30 minutes without having severe pain in my knee. And Jess was like, okay, we're going to teach you how to do, I think it's the warrior pose. Was it the warrior pose? And I was blown away because I think one coaching session, the next one, I was actually on my feet for 45 minutes with no
I
pain.
know that was, yeah.
Because the way that you coach, it's intentional. We don't rush through anything. Um, you actually say, Mary, or whoever you're coaching, okay, I want you to move slowly and really breathe into it and feel it. So a lot of it is breathing into the muscles
Yep.
and moving with intention. So you're actually really talking to that part of the body that you're trying to get to move.
Yes.
So it was I got chills. It was the whole learning experience for me. It was amazing.
Good. And you're
It
still
was.
applying it too, which is great. Like, I like the idea of you guys as students, because I really want to teach you guys to go on and take this information and continue to implement it, right? Like, you're talking to your body, you're still working on your balance, you're conscious of your feet. Like, before I started recording, we were talking about how, like, we're always trying to get your foot back in alignment, or rather it was your hip really that was out of alignment, and now you're feeling it, like it's starting to get back into a neutral position.
Yes. Yeah. Every time I walk, I'm like, whoa, it's trying to go back. Okay,
Yeah.
body. You're telling me you want to go back in alignment. All right. So I breathe into it and I walk and I walk and I'm like, okay, I'm walking. Okay. I walked for 15, 20 minutes and I'm not feeling any discomfort.
Yeah.
And the one thing that I loved about our coachings is there was no pain. It may have been a little discomfort, and then you would say, stop, let's try it another way.
Yeah.
But you were so conscious of there doesn't have to be any pain.
No, there shouldn't be.
No, there shouldn't be. And I never knew that because a lot of people say no pain, no gain. And I'm like,
I hate that.
I don't like that saying either.
Wow.
Because if you're in pain, your body's trying to tell you something.
Yes, that's such a good point. I hear that frequently from new clients. It's like, well, no pain, no gain. But yes, we want to give you a supportive environment to move, right? Like, if you have pain during movement, you're not going to want to continue.
Absolutely. And I am a very large woman, and I was a lot larger when I worked with you. Because I have lost about 60 pounds now over the last 2 years. I'm doing it very slowly. So I remember with you, it wasn't about losing the weight, but you really taught me. We did the whole food for 30 days, you and I, remember? And
Yeah.
I didn't think I could do it, but I did it. And so you taught me also about certain foods and how they create inflammation in the body.
Hmm.
So that was amazing. So I'm trying to incorporate that back in. Because
Yeah.
now my husband says, well, how do you feel? And I'm like, inflamed.
Yeah,
He goes,
I
what does that
remember
mean? He goes, what does that mean? I said, I just feel like my body's telling me that I have inflammation. I need to do something about it.
yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel the same way sometimes. Like this morning, I was like, I need to have a big protein shake of like veggies and stuff, right? Like you just kind of
Mm-hmm.
feel like I need to be nourished right now. And then other times you're like, I could eat a pizza, right? Like you have those periods of like, and it comes with developing that, of like really understanding your body, listening, communicating. Um,
Hey, I'm a big girl and I did push-ups. Hey,
yeah,
you taught me how to do push-ups
yeah,
and I
you're a
didn't have
badass
to get
at
on the
push-ups.
floor. Remember? I didn't have to, you don't have to get on the floor. People are like, what do you mean you don't have to get on the floor? So I showed my son's girlfriend, because she wanted to start doing push-ups. I showed her how to do them our way.
Awesome.
And
Good. Thank you.
she's a small girl, but she was like, really? I was like, yeah, come on, I'll show you.
Thank you. See, that's what I appreciate is like when I teach you guys can go and teach other people as well. Like a friend here or whatever, of like, hey, let me show you what I learned. It's like you just spread the movement love.
And my favorite thing, well, it wasn't my favorite thing at the time, was our hip hinges.
Yes, you were great at your hip hinges. You were really great. So Mary also, people doubt like I'll usually tell people we're going to start on a 20 or 25 pound bell, right? And people are like, what the hell?
Mm-mm.
Like I've never lifted weights in my life, but yeah, I mean, you're stronger than you think, right? So we started, I think 20, 25.
25 pounds, and you were like, okay, lift it. I went, I'm not going to be able to do it. You said, yes, you are. Trust me. Just
Mm-hmm.
do your hip hinge and pick it up. We've been doing hip hinges for 2 months, Mary, without a kettlebell. You can do this. And I
Mm-hmm.
went, okay. I lifted it with no problem.
It was easy, right?
Yeah, it
Yeah.
was easy. It was really, really easy.
Yeah.
I was like, whoa, Jess, I did this. I
Yeah.
remember, look, I was like, oh my God, I did it.
Yeah. Yeah. And it was good too, because what we were doing with that too is we were getting all that pressure off your knees. So the hip hinges were one of my favorite for you because we pushed all your weight towards the back. So it's all glutes. I remember always like, Mary, using your glutes, use your glutes. So then it took all that weight off your knee joint. So your knee could start to recover and heal and kind of deload a bit. So
Yeah. I mean, and I still had to get the surgery. However, the recovery was so much faster
yeah.
because I trained, I think it was 3 months with you before I had the surgery. And it was, so I had the core strength. I was strong where I needed to be in order to heal properly.
Yeah.
But it wasn't an easy decision for me. But I realized it was necessary.
Yeah, I know. It's a really hard decision. I mean, surgeries are no joke. But yeah, I remember very specifically, like I was doing the prehab because I was like, well, she's going to need these muscles to be strong. She's going to need to recover here. Like this is going to affect her balance. So, and you're not using the cane now, and you're still working on your balance, and you're walking. So you're really continuing
Yeah.
to just get better and better. So good. That's awesome.
I'm happy. Yeah, I am very, very happy with everything that you told me.
Happy for you. So thank you, Mary. Thank you for sharing your story. I appreciate it, and of course, it's
You're
always a
welcome.
pleasure to talk to
You're
you.
welcome. Always. I love you, Jess.
Love you too. Bye.